What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I believe Scream 6 is looking really good. I want to take a look at the box office numbers for Scream 5. I think some channels here and there have done it, but I really want to look at it, and the numbers are great, okay? Where they're at already, considering, and I found this, I didn't see anybody else tweet this, so I'm going to take kind of, I'm going to honor myself here. I found a Variety article that just literally dropped the budget of this movie. Now, I've seen nowhere, at least when I'm recording, I've seen nowhere else even talk about it, even speculate what the budget could be. Variety just dropped it out. So I don't know if they were assuming it or they just knew it, but Variety reported the budget to be $24 million, which is actually pretty darn low, actually very low for Scream 2022, okay? Now, a couple things to keep in context, right? As I said in the videos leading into Scream, what you normally do, for those unaware, for budgets is you double them. So if it's a $24 million budget, you have to make at least, and this is this is just break even, maybe not even, 48 million. So let's just say 50. You have to make 50 million to break even and to start earning a profit. And you could argue it's actually even more than that because you have to figure the theaters take their cut too. Maybe marketing is a little bit lower, maybe it's a little bit higher, but that's generally the area. Now, Scream has already reached it. That's the good news is, there's actually a couple good news things you can look at. Scream 4, I guess this movie has already made more domestically than Scream 4 made in its entire run in theaters, okay? So that's, and that was off of, I believe, only the 3-day weekend, not even the 4-day weekend. So already Scream here in North America, I believe domestically includes Canada, so US and Canada, already has done more by a sizable margin than what Scream 4 did the entire time. Actually, I kind of get sad about that because I actually think Scream 4 is the better movie. That maybe that's controversial, maybe it's not, but it's kind of sad that nobody showed up for Scream 4. Now, what I found interesting about Scream 4, though, is it either had longevity or it just had help from pretty much everywhere, because remember, the box office of Scream 4 actually was around $97 million. Now, we're not there yet. For Scream 2022, it's sitting around, 55, maybe at the time you guys are watching this, probably 55, maybe closer to 60, right? And that's where we're at. Now, I think it's going to last quite a while. It really has no competition. Spider-Man, a lot of people are celebrating it beating Spider-Man. I don't even understand why that was a thing, because this past week when Scream came out, it was week 5 of Spider-Man. So if it couldn't beat Spider-Man on Spider-Man's week 5, gross, that would have been a major. So I guess you can celebrate it beating a superhero movie and beating one of the biggest movies of all time, but in context for the week that we're talking about, it wasn't even a thing I was paying attention to, right? So I think both of them are still going to survive a little bit longer. Spider-Man will probably be out in theaters still a couple more weeks, but I think Scream is going to do just fine. I think it depends on how it's going to do this upcoming weekend, right? Because sometimes movies have a 40% drop. That's on the great end. If it only has a 40% drop, that's incredible. Sometimes disaster movies can have a 70 or 75% drop. That means everybody went to see it week 1. Word of mouth was horrible. It just didn't have the legs, and then it just completely fell off the face of the earth for week 2. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Because if it doesn't happen, I think this movie pretty easily can hit 75 to 85 million, worldwide, probably more than that, maybe 80, 85 million worldwide by this upcoming, by the end of this upcoming weekend. So I do think this movie is looking pretty good for 110 to 130 million, somewhere in that range. I don't think it's going to get 150, but it depends on how long it stays around, how massive those drops are. I would assume this is a pretty big success, especially, again, considering that budget. Scream 4, the budget was more in the 40, 45 million. So already the budget for 4 was 20 million more than this, which, remember, means it has to make a lot more to even break even, just for that, So for this one to already, I would say, have broken, it broke even yesterday or today. Let's just say that, Now the rest of it is profit, and the rest of it is just showing them that we're excited about, about Scream and about the future. That's what these upcoming weeks are all about, right? And the people going to see the movie 7 to 10 times, that doesn't hurt either. So I think Scream 6 is pretty much at this. Again, we talked about the rumor a few days ago from Grace Randolph. I don't think we're going to get the news immediately, But I honestly would imagine, I mean, Scream 2 or Scream 6 has been trending the last couple of days, which is very, very exciting. I think it's only a matter of time until they officially announce it. You don't want to let this go, another 4 or 5 years before you get the next movie. I think you could. I don't think you do like a 1 to 2 thing where it was back-to-back years. I don't think that works, or that would work for a movie like this. You could argue Halloween was kind of doing it, but I feel like every 2 years, 2 or 3 years, I think would work for a movie like Scream. But definitely all around good. I mean, this is probably the best case scenario. I mean, the reception was not the best case scenario. The movie is a lot more mixed. The movie, I think, has a lot more problems than I would have liked, and it's got more people on both sides. People that love it, but also people that really didn't like it. That's not ideal, I guess, specifically for future movies. But in terms of how people are paying for it, it's about as good as I think you're going to get, especially considering the situation around the world as well. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's doing good? How much do you think it's going to make eventually? Do you think we'll get a Scream 6? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Many, many more Scream videos coming very, very shortly, and I hope to see you guys there.